Hey, let's go ahead and get some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Spirit, what do we got here? All right, we have one card out. It is the answers that you need are coming. Okay, so there could be some type of communications that you're waiting on or could have been waiting on. Maybe something just came in for some of you around that new moon. What else do we have? What else do we have for the collective? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what is the most important messages the collective needs to hear at this very moment? There could have also been some type of communication that came in. All right, we have another card that came in that's going to help you with some type of an ending. Okay, so we have a fiery climax approaches, and we did just have that full moon in Aries not that long ago. So whatever this is, this could be a breakup for some of you. Like, okay, this is it. End of story. This could also be very intense communication, okay? Fighting. I would not suggest fighting during this time, okay? Or there's going to be some type of communication that's going to rile shit up. What else do we have for the collective? Spirit, what do they need to know? A time for healing, and you are good enough. All right. Listen, if you did go through some form of a breakup, listen, take this time, heal. Don't don't sit there feeling sorry for yourself is what I'm wanting to say. Like, you can sit here and, wallow in it and, oh, I'm never going to be good enough or, whatever. And that's just not true. Okay. So we have a time for healing and we have you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. So we have 3 full moons here. Okay. We have the full moon in Gemini, full moon in Aries, and full moon in Virgo. So lots of full moons here, which means some types of endings for some of you. This is, getting fired from a job. Okay. You could have gotten fired from your employment. All right. And you're going to have to take some time to heal. Listen, I feel like, take a moment before you just go jumping into something if you can. Because I feel like if you don't take that time, you're just going to jump right back into another situation where you end up repeating the same pattern. Like, for instance, I used to get fired from the restaurant and then I go right back to another restaurant, and then I get fired from that restaurant and I go to another restaurant. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like an opportunity for you to like really evaluate like what you're doing next. And does it really need to be along the same lines as what you've already been doing, right? Or is this like an opportunity where you could be doing something completely different? I feel like if you choose something completely different, the energy is definitely going to gain momentum. For a lot of you, it was like, again, some type of unexpected communication that ended. It was like abrupt end, the end, like that's it. But seriously, take some time to heal before you just jump into stuff because, you might blaze through things and you need to stay as grounded as you can. The only thing that's missing here is water, even though the moons represent water. Oh, now we got water. So we got the yin energy. So yeah, flowing. Okay. So there could have been communication with a woman in your life. Or you are the woman, and we've got by the book, a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, you've tried to do things by the book, and honestly, that book blew up. And what else? Yeah, what else do we got here? We've got loyal hearts, building blocks, and we've got orphan. Listen, that orphan kind of goes hand in hand with the you aren't good enough. For a lot of you, you're just sitting in this phase of like, oh God, I was loyal to them. I thought we were building together. I thought we were doing this together. And now you're feeling down on yourself. And it's like, no, that's not what this is necessarily here for. There's other projects that you're going to be working on. And, those people are going to be loyal to you. Funny enough, at the bottom of this deck, it says the energy is gaining momentum. And at the bottom of this deck, it says go the distance. Listen, don't quit before the victory. You know what I mean? Like, and for some of you, this is about just keep going. Like, just keep going regardless of this, blip in the road, because that's really what it's all about, is a blip in the road. Maybe you're being asked to go a different direction. Yes. For a lot of you, you are, you thought you were going down one road, and now all of a sudden you're going completely down a whole nother, down the sidelines. It's just like, whoa, okay. but like I said, don't be so hard on yourself over it. If, because like, what's that going to get you? It's just going to put you into a deeper hole. And at the end of the day, maybe you're too good. Maybe you're too qualified, and maybe it's time for you to rewrite your book, rewrite your own rule book, do things differently. I do see, people who are here to help you along your journey. You could be like talking to different people. But I feel like you could also come into a partnership. And I feel like this is going to be like, if this is a business partnership, you could go into the healing fields of some sorts, right? Or this is like new clients that you're getting that, that's going to help you build your own empire. Maybe you've been building other people's empire. Maybe that's what you've been taught to do, is like work for these, all these huge corporations where you're making them money and you're making pennies on the dollar and doing all the work and they're getting all the accolades, And if that was the case, then okay, so what? It blew up in your face. That's all right. You're not a failure. It just means you learned what you needed to learn there. And now it's time for you to take all of that and go make your own, or go find a place that's going to be satisfactory in your heart, not just because it pays the bills, right? But I do feel like you working through those confidence issues, because that's what I'm really gathering here, is that it's much more about a confidence issue, because at the end of the day, your ego was bruised based off of something someone else said. But again, I always say this and I'll say it again. If you are easily manipulated by words, you're going to be easily controlled. So, all they are is words. It's like I told somebody recently, I said, hey, listen, the worst thing that a person can do is give you an excuse as to why they terminate you. Like, the best thing for them to do would just be shut the fuck up, but then they plant these seeds and doubt within your mind, and then you let them grow to where you're like, well, I'm just not good enough, I'm not good. Bullshit. You're overqualified. We're not supposed to be in the partnership with this individual, same thing as if it was in a relationship, For some of you, it's like, the finish line is here. And you just need to cross the finish line and, quit looking at all the things that you're losing and start looking at all the things that you're gaining. And for a lot of you, you worked hard. It was like, you think about the elephant. They're strong. You're a very strong individual, and you've had nothing, you've had to really delve into that strength. And now maybe you're at a level of like, oh God, okay, was it all worth it? Was it all worth it? Like, that was a whirlwind. But the answer is yes, because it's going to, like, if you're in the wrong relationship or you're in the wrong business partnership, it's really going to fuck with your finances. It's not only going to fuck with your self-worth, it's going to fuck with your finances. Next thing you know, you got all these bills, your tire pops on your car, or, your septic goes out, or your plumbing, or, something. And now that we're in Scorpio season, I hate to say that out loud, but, it is septic. So, plumbing backing up, those types of things. But with that said, it's like also letting this go. Let this go. That's what Scorpio represents, is letting this go. I think for a lot of you, if this is a relationship, you really thought it was going to go further than what it was, and this person disappointed you. I feel like you thought that you were going to be building with this individual, and it came to an abrupt end. Maybe you found out some things from other people. Maybe somebody was talking to other people, and now there's an ending here. But this is about going and building yourself up, right? You really need to build yourself up again, building that self-esteem again. All right, so let me get another card here. I want to get them from here. All right, Spirit, what else do you have to say? Oh, here we go. Attachment. Yeah, you had some type of an attachment with somebody. Look at this. And this person left you out in the cold. You felt orphaned by somebody. And this could be anybody. It does not have to be romantic. It could be family. It could be friend. You've heard me say that quite a bit. Oops. All right, that one landed face down, but I'm going to take it anyway because I'm feeling very called to take it. Yeah, there was some indecision, and the decision I feel like was made for you when you found out about something. Someone that you were attached to. Maybe they had other attachments. And I did talk about courage. This is about having the courage. And there is the angel of strength right there. And we have that lion. Okay. And I feel like you were being helped and guided through this. We have 3 fives here. We also have the goddess of the moon. And this is about, again, that feminine energy. And I also feel like, if for those of you who are wanting to go into business, as a healer of some sort, everybody's got different types of healing. It's not all just, my profession, if you are looking to go into the business profession of being a healer, a life coach, a therapist, even dental hygienist, surgeon, doctors. I mean, those are all healing professions, regardless of our feelings towards them. If you are being guided, then go. Stop it with the indecision, because I feel like you're just getting in your own way because somebody in the past made you feel like you were less than and that you weren't worthy of whatever it is that you've been always wanting to build towards. And I feel like at the end of the day, your energy is very necessary. We have multiple fives here. We've got the 5 here. We've got the 5 here. And we also have another number 5 here. 5 plus 0 is 5. Yeah, so lots of 5s here. And 5s represent change created by outside forces beyond your control. And there's nothing you can do about it. So just go where you're being led and lead with your heart. At the end of the day, you got to lead with your heart and stop looking over your shoulder to see if someone's coming back. Don't look over your shoulder. Don't look back. Look forward. Look forward. Even though it can be very painful, I think for a lot of you, it's like you don't want to face something. It's like you're just trying to turn inward. And maybe that's a really good thing with us being in these retrogrades. It's like really turning inward. That way you can kind of process all of the stuff that has just happened. Listen, there's a grief process that does go along with that. And I feel like for a lot of you, you are grieving. But please remember that there are other people out here who, will help you carry some of the burden that you have taken on and, help motivate you as well. It's going to take a lot of great strength for you to go where you're being led. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is about healing. I do feel like there are healers out there also. Listen, just because you're a healer doesn't mean you don't need healers. I use healers as well. I do EMDR, acupuncture. I've done, so many different modalities. We can't, we're the worst persons to, try and send in, right? Is somebody who already does it because you think you can do it. That's your ego. Let other people help you, because I feel like that's really what's important. For some of you, you are about ready to make a very big quest right now. And I think that that's part of this energy is you're at this place of like, I know, but I have all of these things that I have to do and all these things that, I've relied upon. But I feel like there's this other side of you that's calling you, that's guiding you, that's saying like, but we know what your heart is yearning for. And if you just allow us to guide you and lead you, it's going to take you to some of the most amazing places. And the amount of, building blocks that you are going to have, I feel like, there's going to be so many different layers to what you're doing. And at the end of the day, you just need to know that you are good enough and stop putting, all these expectations on yourself and criticizing yourself. Because I feel like it's like almost like your negative self-talk, is really, how much can one person handle? We hear it all day long, with our family, how we didn't do something right, or, with our, friends, where it's like, oh God, and then we hear it from the outside, and then we're being called names by political fucking bullshit, and it's just like every time we turn around, there's this layer, and it's like at the same time, you need to start talking kinder to yourself. You need to start talking to yourself like, you wouldn't talk to your child like that, would you? For some of you, yeah, you would. But I feel like lead with your heart. Go the distance when it comes to what your heart wants, not what your ego wants. And I feel like you'll be able to fulfill whatever fantasy and dream and desire that you have. Anyway, I'm going to leave that here, you guys. This is actually a really beautiful message. I like it. Just be in the flow, and whatever comes up, don't allow it to fully affect you. Try and take a detached approach. And I'll tell you right now, you'll really be glad you did. Anyway, I love you guys all so much. Take care. If you like this video, if it resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up, a heart, comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you guys. Share this video with anyone that you feel could actually benefit from it. Just know that I love you guys all so much. Check me out over on Facebook and Instagram. And if you guys are interested in that personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. I also have a new reading on there. It's called Peace's Perspective. It's $66 for one question, $88 for two. And we get right down to brass tacks. So if you guys are interested in that, please look that up. Otherwise, sign up for my newsletter that goes out every Tuesday and Thursday. I give you guys lots of information, pull a card, and it's very interactive. Anyway, you guys, I love you all so much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.